In this video, we're going to cover some of the common issues that you may be experiencing when attempting to use a structured JSON parser or output parser in n8n. Now, a structured output parser allows you to ensure that the model that you're working with, the LLM such as openai's ChatGPT, maybe Claude, or even Gemini, to make sure that they're outputting the items that you need, the objects that you need, the arrays that you need, whatever output you need from the model is structured in the exact way that you need it. Now, to note, this does not necessarily work with DeepSeek because that model is not set up to be able to do structured outputs. So you do need a model that is able to do structured outputs. And then if you're trying that and you're using the correct model, but you're still having issues, most likely, if you're like me, it's probably one of these 4 issues here. So let's just go ahead and explain what each of them are. Let's go ahead and first we'll go into the not everything stringified node here. And as you can probably guess, the issue in this one is that not everything is stringified. So if we come in here, I have a system prompt. And I just have a list of random fruits. So here's my list of random fruits I just threw into a list. And I asked ChatGPT, hey, can you just make me some random output parser data, an example JSON that I can show people what to do. And then I screwed things up to be able to show you what happened. So here we have our example output, and it's exactly the same as what I have in my output parser down here. And so we see we have some strings. We've got an object here with some arrays. Here's another array. This one says undefined. Here's an array that has a single item. Here we have a null, and then here we have an undefined. Now, the issue in this, if I run it, I'll go ahead and show you, it's going to come back with an error. Oh, there's an issue in my structured output parser. All right, so let's go ahead and check out what's going on here. Now, you'll see it does not tell me where it is exactly, but it kind of does. It says undefined. So, unexpected token, something, occasion, undefined. It's kind of tough to tell. But what I can see here is I have the word undefined, and it's kind of in gray. And if you see something in gray, that should be your clue that something's broken there. Because up here I have undefined as well, and this one's in quotes, and it's blue. Now, undefined is different from null. Null is computer language. Null is something that the computer can understand that means there's nothing there. You don't need quotes around it because the computer understands null. It understands numbers. So if you have a 2 in there, it would understand it. If you had a true or false and booleans, it would understand that. But if I have text here like undefined, which is not computer language, it needs to be stringified, meaning it needs to be able to be read by a human, which is why it's in quotes. Okay, everything here that's in quotes means it's going to be output in a way that can be read by a human. And so this undefined has quotes, doesn't have an issue. This undefined does not have quotes. This is our issue. It was unstringified. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're actually going to come into our system prompt as well, because good practice tells the system how to output as well. We'll put quotes around that, test it, and here we go. Beautiful. We got my green check mark. I got my output. I've got my output with all my data, and here we have undefined in quotes. It's been properly stringified. So if you're having an issue, maybe you have some missing or extra quotes. Often what I sometimes happen is I'll have a model output something, and it will add extra quotes in its output that breaks the structured JSON, or even maybe an upload such as like to Postgres, because maybe like in here I have an extra set of quotes that ends my string early, and then I have a whole bunch of text that's not housed anywhere. And so that could be the issue. All right, let's take a look at our next one. Our next one I'm calling missing commas, which I wonder what the issue might be. So let's go ahead and run this one. Oh, we got an issue. So let's come into our structured output. Here we have pretty much the same data, but here we get our little red dot. It's kind of explaining what my issue is. It expected a comma or an end curly brace after this line, number 10, all right, or before number 10. But there's no comma here. Every time you have a new item or new object in your list of outputs, you need to have a comma separating them. That's how the computer knows that there's a line break in the code. And this is code. I know it looks like just a list to us, but each of these lines is a line of code that the computer is running. It gets to the end of the line, it sees a comma, that's how it knows, okay, I need to go to the next line. If you don't have that comma break, it doesn't quite know what's going on. It's like, is it continuing? Or are we like, what's happened? So you got to make sure you have commas. Sometimes ChatGPT, sometimes they do that. Sometimes like when I'm going in and I'm adding items, so like I may be adding these by hand, I might forget the comma. So if it's a comma, that's your issue. So we'll try again now that I've added my commas in, and perfect. We got our output, and there's my output, there's my comma, everything worked. All right, next we got screwed up arrays. Now this is one that I see ChatGPT doing all of the time. So keep an eye on this. ChatGPT cannot necessarily be trusted when you're going and you're trying to have it create the output that you want generated with your model or with your structured output. So we'll come into the system prompt here. We'll come down, and I'm going to point it out here. So here I have an array, and sometimes ChatGPT will do this. It'll add this, which is I think it's a logical exclusive OR. So these two lines, the pipes, I think they're called. So that's the control and then the backslash would give you a straight line. This means that if there's nothing on this side, usually, it means if there's nothing on the left side, then you would put this answer over here. And while it's inside of an array, so if I try this, it's going to break. It's going to say there's an error in my structured output parser. It's going to tell me what it is. Not telling me, it's saying there's a comma issue, but here it is. It expects an end brace right there, okay? It's expecting this array to end and then the null to be there. But I'm going to show you if I do that. So let's go ahead and put my end brace here. We'll come in and fix the system prompt as well. So remove that end brace, put the brace over here, and we'll run it again. And we got another error. Well, it's still not working right. So why is it not working? Let's take a look. The reason it's not working is because this form of either or expression that we're trying to go for here does not work with arrays. And I've not been able to find a way to get it to work. Maybe you know a way. Please let me know in the comments if you figured out how to make this work for arrays. But if you have an array of information, so you have either numerous extra objects or strings, items inside of an array, and you're trying to say, well, if there's nothing there, then I want you to output null or some other item or value. It just does not work. It will not work here in n8n. Instead, what you would want to do is you would just put an empty string inside of the array. You'd remove all this extra nonsense, and then the array will work. And what it'll do is if the array is empty, it will return an empty array. And then you just have to figure out how to process that later. So let's come down over to my system prompt here. We're going to erase everything inside the array. We're going to remove our null, and then we'll run it again. And there, I got my output. And it gave me an array of fruits. So it had some items that it wanted to include. So it's not empty. If there had not been items to include in there, then it would have just returned nothing. So, but it's not true nothing, as in null, which is the computer language nothing. It would be empty. And there's a difference between empty and null. And so you just need to understand that so you can process it further. All right, and then the last one we're going to look at is sometimes there's just a mismatch between what you're telling the model to do to output and what you have in your structured JSON, your structured output parser here. If I hit run, it's going to break. It didn't break. It didn't break this time. Let's see if I run it again. It didn't break this time either. So, all right, so sometimes it breaks. Here I have an array of tropical fruit. And in my prompt here, I have it in a string. So maybe if I delete it this way, because I just ran this before I recorded it, and it did break. And so I was expecting it to break again. Sometimes the LLMs are smarter than the average bear. They do the right thing. Let's test. Okay, there it is. Okay, so sometimes you have some difference from your example output that's different from what you have in your structured output parser. And so here, in this case, it's not a valid array. So that it was an array issue, not a mismatch in communication. So let's see if I did this. If we do this here and make this just a string, but then up in my system prompt, we'll go ahead and make this an array. So if we run it, then looks like we're gonna get an output anyway. So what did it give me? It gave me a stringified array. I know it's a stringified because it has quotes around it. Well, it's not supposed to have quotes because it was supposed to be an array. And so this is an issue you may be having as well, is sometimes if you tell it to do one thing over here, here we have it as an array with a single item in it that's in a string. My output parser has a string. So what the model did is it thought, oh, I'm supposed to make a string because that's what the structured output parser says. But in the example that it was supposed to make an array. So it made a string with an array in it, and in that array was a string. So that is an issue that there's a mismatch. You're getting one thing output that you weren't expecting. Now I was hoping it would actually just break because I had that happen right before I started recording. Let's see, what can I do to break this? Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say a string list of fruit here in my output parser. I did get it to break. And over here, I have an array of tropical fruit, and I explicitly say up here in the instructions, it must be an array of tropical fruit. So we're gonna output. Okay, now I got it to break. And so it broke because the model is instructed to output an array, and the output parser says it's supposed to be a string. It's even listed as a string. And so the model is generating that array because it is commanded to. It doesn't have an option to. It was told to by the system prompt that it has to do this, even though the output parser is expecting a string. And so in this case, it's just a mismatch between the instructions and the output parser. So what we would do in order to fix that is we just need to make sure that we come in here, and instead of an array, we say a string of tropical fruits. We come down here, we erase my braces, and we say a string of tropical fruit, and then a string of tropical fruit. If I try it again, and then we will get the correct output. Okay, so those are the four main issues. There's my string, perfect. So those are the four main issues I'll see all the time. And probably most of the time it's user error. Part of the time it's ChatGPT. Either way, if you're getting an error, it's probably one of those four things. Either you missed a string somewhere, you missed a set of quotes, either it's being opened somewhere or closed somewhere that's not expected. That happens all the time when a model outputs an answer and it includes a set of quotes, and then you're trying to pass that as a variable somewhere down the line. Well, those quotes break it because it was expecting the string to be the whole thing, but it ended up being halfway, and then there's extra letters and it just doesn't know what to do. It could be that there's a missing comma. So if you're generating your output parser on your own, you're just by hand, you might have missed a comma. Keep an eye out for that. Sometimes there's something wrong with your array. Either you didn't close it right, or you don't have your items set up right in it. So do you want them to be strings? Do you want them to be objects? Do you want them to be additional arrays inside of the array? And do you have that all set correctly? It could be that issue. Or oftentimes it's just a mismatch between what the model is expected to do and the output that it's expected to make. And those are two different commands that it's getting. And so if it makes something that's supposed to be like here, but it's supposed to output it down here, it just doesn't match. And so that is the common issues. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to share it. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It really does help in order to get this content out there to those who need it. If you'd like additional tutorials on how to use n8n, or if you'd like some free workflows ranging from social media posting to marketing plans to all kinds of really cool business related n8n workflows, feel free to join my free school community. The link is in the description below. I'm Bradford Carlton. Let's automate your success together.